Welcome back. If you'd like to contact Brenda Hollingsworth, a personal injury lawyer, there's all the information on the screen. You can email info@ottawalawfirm.ca. Askbrenda.ca is the website, and they have several locations across our city. Make it nice and convenient for you. They're all just listed at the bottom of your screen. And we're talking about the return to school today with Brenda, because that is a big one right now, as we're now a week away from a lot of people going back to some routine, and school buses on the road, parents driving their kids. And another option we might see a lot of kids going to school is by bicycle. This can also pose some problems potentially, right, Brenda?
Right. So we have over the years had many cases involving kids biking to school, especially high school kids, but kids biking to school and having a mishap on the way or on the way back. So again, it's an opportunity to give some education to your kids, reminders. Longest March break ever. They haven't been doing it for a long time, so it's time to kind of give them some refreshers.
What do they need to know, most importantly, when it comes to biking in terms of, I guess, being responsible bikers? Because if they're teenagers, they're biking to school, they're not necessarily liable if something happens, but we want them to be responsible, right?
Right. We want them to be participants in their own safety, right? Obviously, again, just like with pedestrians, the Highway Traffic Act puts a reverse onus so that if normally the injured person has to prove who caused the accident, but if you're a driver and you cause an accident with a cyclist, you've got to prove that you weren't at fault. So there is a presumption that the drivers are going to be responsible, but that's if you've had an accident. You don't want to have an accident. So making sure you know the safest route from your house to school, which may not be the shortest route. So if there are bike paths, plan your route along the bike paths. Learn to stop at stop signs. That's one of the biggest ones. We all see cyclists go through stop signs. You think it's clear, and you may just miss something. Yeah. And that can be very, very problematic.
Especially in the suburban neighborhoods now, where we're going to see a lot more people on the roads just driving their kids, the buses. We're going to see more vehicle activity that we haven't seen in almost 6 months now. It's going to return, right?
Right. So that's it. Maybe your kids have been riding their bikes all summer everywhere, but they're not going to be used to rush hour traffic. And so even just that reminder that, okay, this is going to be different. Another big difference is, are they going to wear masks while they bike? I mean, you don't necessarily have to wear a mask outside, but maybe, if your kids aren't used to wearing masks, you may be inclined to put it on them at home. Everybody's different and you're going to make your own decision, but having a helmet on and a mask on may be quite a challenge for kids, not necessarily in terms of visibility, but in terms of distraction. Mm-hmm. So that's a conversation to have too. And, if your kids are able to put their masks on at home independent or at school independently, that's probably the better way to go.
Probably doesn't hurt, as we are now about just over a week out from the start of school, to do like a bit of a practice run, whether it's the biking, the walking, the driving. Yeah. We can't necessarily do the bus, but you could even go to your bus stop and start to familiarize yourself with the neighborhood, the area, the roads that you're going to be spending a lot of time on.
Right. That often the bus stops are on fairly major roads, like not necessarily borderline highways, but they're typically on collector roads. So making sure that your kids know where they're going to stand. At some point, parents don't necessarily go to the bus stop with kids, and, certainly grade 5, grade 6, lots of kids are independent, but make sure you know where they're going to stand. And that if they're playing games at the bus stop, it's not a game where you toss a ball into the street. What's the safe zone? You might be on somebody's property, so how to be respectful of that. There's lots of things that parents can talk to their kids about, just friendly reminders to make sure that everybody's safe at the bus stop too.
Yeah, we're certainly hoping for a safe return for everyone this fall season.
Yes.
Brenda, thank you so much. As always, appreciate it this morning on our Ask the Expert.
My pleasure.
Brenda Hollingsworth, a personal injury lawyer with Auger Hollingsworth. There's all the information on your screen if you'd like to contact Brenda. info@ottawalawfirm.ca. Askbrenda.ca is her website. They're in locations right across our city, so making it nice and easy for you to go and speak with her. So all that information is right there for you to contact Brenda Hollingsworth.